Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. Today's video we're going to explore a question, because I think I got an answer to the question. The question is, when you open your insurance bill and look at how much money you're paying every month to run that monster, you ever ask yourself, why is it so damn high? Why does it keep going up every year? While I'm having no accidents, no violations, I had a perfect record, but yet every year I pay more. Stick around, I got the answer. Trucking fans, we're hitting it hard getting across Ohio. Within the last 10 miles, we see all this white stuff on the ground. You guys out here, be careful, be safe, slow it down a little bit. Of course, there's none of this nasty stuff on the roads, mind you, but a little bit of drizzle and fog maybe, but hey there guys. Deviator here. As a channel, we're dedicated to highlighting the positive and enlightening parts of the trucking industry, making sense of all it's given truckers a bad rap for decades, and putting a name to those who choose to make a difference, one load at a time. Help us spread the word. Like and share this video so others know we're out here. Become a subscriber. This way you're notified every time we put a video out, and we do so frequently. Black ice is a trucker's worst friend. We're talking about insurance because I'll tell you what, winter months like we're starting to discover here, a lot of people are going to start needing it. If you look year over year, they always increase insurance rates on us truck drivers. You ever stop and think, why do they do that? Man, I've got a perfect record. I don't speed, I don't get tickets, no CSA violations. I've been driving 5 or 10 years, whatever the case is. That's not me, I'm just saying. But the overall, people look at their insurance and go, what the hell? Because insurance is supposed to be the bet against something that hasn't occurred. It's what it's supposed to be. There's only one way to battle against it, and that's to be constantly aware of statistics like we're going to go over in this video. Alright guys, when you think about it, insurance is a funny thing. Bump into a light post at the grocery store with your personal automobile. No other cars involved, just you. You go ahead and you file a claim. If you're stupid enough to do that. Because there's no damage to the light pole, it's just a cement pole, you know, whatever. But you done wrecked the front of your car. Bad enough, now you need a new bumper. So an adjuster comes out, he looks at your bumper, tells you, okay, we can do it. You pay your deductible, we'll put your bumper on, everything's fine. Number one, that's how your insurance goes up because you're filing a claim for some needless BS. But number two, and here's where it's important to actually understand what insurance is and what it does. Okay? Number two, you got some sort of control over what happens with your insurance. I don't know if you realize it or not. When you file a claim, and the only thing on the claim is property damage, you have some control over it. Alright? Because you know what a part is worth that it costs to replace on your truck. You know pretty much it's going to be $150 an hour to do the work to fix that, whatever. So there's a lot of control in that. Alright? it don't matter if you're talking big rigs, little cars, it don't matter. All right? I worked in transportation for 3 decades, and a majority of my responsibility was mitigating, yes, the word is mitigating, insurance claims, because I worked for a cab company, and my job was to make sure that any of my drivers that were involved in accidents, I got from the insurance company everything accurately that was due, so that we could put our cabs back in service. And it didn't matter whether the accident was the driver's fault or whether it was the fault of someone else. It was my job as operations manager to make sure that all money was accounted for, so that we could get our cab back in service, back out there making money. So from that perspective, trust me, I can tell you that if you do a little bit of damage, the easiest thing to work through is the damage on the vehicle. The vehicle and its replacement parts are something you can control. Here's what you can't control: the liability side. All right? Using the last example, just briefly touch on it. You're in a parking lot, you make a mistake, you hit the gas instead of the brake. Didn't rhyme on purpose, but let's say in the process of slamming into that cement hole, you bumped the shopping cart, and that shopping cart went sailing across the parking lot, knocked over a 75-year-old lady, and she fell down, broke her hip. Sad, yes, I know, but it's happened, and sometimes accidents happen. So let's say in this case, you have to file a claim, not just for your bumper, but because your actions caused an injury. All right, so now you've got to fix your bumper, but you've also got to have your insurance company follow up with and manage a lady's medical portfolio for the next 6 months to a year. What you cannot control is what happens with that medical claim. That medical claim can cost you millions. Now, I know in insurance terms, you're kind of capped at so much, yes. The lady would have to rely on God knows other sources once you've reached your max. But that's part of the problem in insurance today, because almost every little injury, no matter how small it is, you can reach your max real quick. And you as an individual who has that insurance policy, you have no control over that. You can manage a damage claim, yes, but you cannot manage an injury claim. And it don't matter how small it is. Yeah, hip replacement's a big deal. Yeah, you're going to max out, kiss that insurance policy goodbye. In fact, you can kiss the career you're in goodbye too, because most people, when you've got that kind of an insurance claim against you personally, they're not going to hire you. But to wind up the point that I'm talking about, the statistics I'm looking at are really disturbing, because by itself, large trucks, whether it be trucks or the occupants of said trucks, respectively, there was an increase between the years 2018 and 2019 of between 11 and 15%. And that's just individuals in the trucks, whether you're a passenger of the truck or whether you're a driver of the truck. If you file an injury claim, that's part of the statistic. What's even more disturbing is a statistic that was listed by the National Highway and Safety Administration about non-occupants. In other words, you cause an accident, and the people that have nothing to do with your truck, your trucking company, or the operation herein, let's say a pedestrian, let's say it's a bicyclist, let's say it's just a bystander, having nothing to do with the vehicles, 33% increase in the years 2018 and 19. 33%. That means 1/3 more people were involved in accidents around and surrounding an insured motorist's policy in a 365-day period of time. What that tells me is there's a lot of careless people, whether it's the people injured or whether it's the drivers injuring. There's a lot of carelessness going on. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things you can't control. Just like I said, there's a lot of things you can't control. You know, what you can always control is you while you're behind the wheel. The decisions you make, the actions you take, and everything bakes together in a perfect little cake that you sit down after you get done and eat and enjoy as dessert, rather than being devoured as the main course and spit out with no career left to show for it. Guys, let's check it before you wreck it, okay? Everything you do. They have this GOAL on the mirrors. Well, instead of being get out and look, it should be go on and live. That's what it should be, all right? Go on and live. Go on and do everything as if your life depended on it. Because in a roundabout way, someone else's does. Anyway, ending this on a good note. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make sure that every day we live, we do it for the best. And of course, as I always say, be happy, stay safe, and make it count.